Hello YouTube. Alright, so this video is going to be about the Eshopps PSK-150 skimmer, and it's the pump that it uses. It's the SYNCRA SK-400. Now, the problem I had with my pump was that I had actually bought the wrong needle wheel for it. And I had called Eshopps and I asked them, what is the problem? Here's another thing I did. The first impeller, I thought the shaft is supposed to rotate, and I thought it was stuck in there. So here's the story behind that. The third generation uses a shaft which does not move freely, and the second generation does. I'm going to show you the second generation, what it looks like. So this is the second generation. If you can see, it has these black rubber knobs on the ends. Now this is not the one for the third generation. The third generation actually has some red large knobs for the SYNCRA SK-400. Mine is a third generation, so throughout this video, all of the reference I'm going to be making would be to the third generation. So if you have a second generation, then you probably need this one, which is this. But this is the PSK-150. I'm going to show you what the needle wheel should look like for the SYNCRA SK-400 third generation. This is actually just an image from my computer. It is the SYNCRA SK-400 third generation. As you can see, those knobs, the shaft is actually thicker, those knobs are larger, and they fit nicely into the third generation. You can actually use, according to Eshopps, the PSK-600 needle wheel impeller, which could fit in there. My skimmer actually has the PSK-600 needle wheel skimmer. The PSK-600 needle wheel, and it's working fine. But the problem I actually had with this is that it wasn't sucking in the air, and it wasn't pumping out a lot of air and water mixture. So, what was the problem? The Venturi. The Venturi was actually too far in to allow a nice sucking of the air. I don't know, nice inlet of air. So what I actually had to do, and it's might be a little difficult, it was very difficult for me to remove the Venturi. The Venturi is actually the piece that is hooked up to that air hose. Now, so the Venturi actually looks like this. It's not very difficult to see what it looks like here. This white area, that's the Venturi. Now, I had actually thought that the Venturi is actually screwed on there. It's actually not, it's pushed in there. So if you push it in too much, you will have a problem with air to water mixture. I'd just like to add one more thing before I end this video. I had actually added this little piece of air control here, and what it's doing, it's actually allowing me to adjust how much air is being let into the skimmer. As you can see, my skimmer is very bubbly right now. It wasn't like this. It was, a lot less than this. So you see how powerful it is at the moment. It was not like this before. So a lot of new skimmers, they do carry this fancier version of this, I would think, but this is actually good enough to do the job. I can actually control it this way, so you don't have to go out and buy the most expensive skimmer to get this type of control. You can actually just buy these from any Petland, Petco. I believe I bought this from Petco, just to or eBay. I'm not sure. But you can control it. You can control the amount of air that's going in, and that's actually good for you. Should you need better control. So don't go out and buy any skimmer just because you want that option. Just add one of these. It's very simple to add. Mine is ugly. You can find a nicer one out there. They have metal ones, all types. You can actually make one of these with some screws to control it, but I don't have time for that. You might as well just buy one of these. If you'd like, buy a nicer one, but you don't need it, again. So, I'm ending this video right now. If you do have a problem with your Venturi, just pull it out, and you should get a nice air to water mixture. As you can see, this is exactly how your PSK, your Eshopps is supposed to look. If it does not look like this, then the problem would be with your Venturi. That's the inlet for water. That's the inlet for air. So if you're not getting this, it's probably a problem with that. So just make sure it's not pushed in all the way. If I could, I'm not gonna play around with this more because it's the first time I've gotten it to work in 3 days. So again, check your Venturi. The shaft for the PSK-150 needle wheel impeller can work on the third generation SK-400. The second generation, the shaft does move, and it does move freely, so that should be the way it works. And just you know, these things, I'm getting really good. Just give me a moment. Alright, so YouTube, I'm signing out. Have a nice day.